Hello, lovely people, and welcome to Philanthropic February, day 7. We're a whole week into Philanthropic February. It's been a great week. You know, sometimes when I do these plans for a daily video and daily crafting, I feel sometimes a little pressured, but then I'm also really grateful for it because it makes me do what I love to do. So instead of just maybe sitting on the couch and looking at my phone for an hour, feeling tired in the evening, I come down here and I have a bit of fun instead. And making the effort is always worth it. So I'm really happy about that. I hope your day has been a good one. I was up till midnight last night. It didn't take me that long to edit the video, but by the time I had edited it and scheduled it, it was probably around 11. And I thought, what the heck, I'm going to go and make myself a cup of herbal tea and get a glass of water and just sit and veg out for a little while before I go to bed. And that's what I did. So I've probably got black shadows under my eyes today. Anyway, we got a whole ton of our usual Saturday errands done. Picked up a few things that we'd run out of, like bananas. You know, we must never run out of bananas because it's like the worst thing ever in this house. And took some books back to the library. Went to a thrift store. I'm going to show you what I found at the thrift store. Yesterday, I was telling you, I was going to cut that whole blurb out about the thread sculpture class. I was like, is this too long? Am I going on and on about it? And I realized it was really only a couple of minutes. So I left it in. But I found lots of threads today that I can use for it. And I'm so excited. And I will turn the camera down in a sec and show you them. They're very cute, some of them. It was exactly what I wanted to find. And you know, that doesn't always happen when you go thrifting, does it? Sometimes you just leave empty-handed because you didn't find anything that jumped out at you and said, yes, you totally need this. I can't believe how mild our winter has been. It's been absolutely crazy this year. I think we've seen snow maybe once all winter. And I think the snow shovels that sit outside all winter long have been used maybe once on maybe an inch of snow. That's it. And we've barely had any below zero temperatures either. Kind of feel like I'm missing something. I love winter. I don't like driving in deep snow and ice, but the rest of it I love, especially when the sun is shining on the snow in the daytime or the moon is shining on the snow in the nighttime. And it's just such a wonderful quality of light. And I've missed that this winter. It's been a lot of grey days, sadly. But hey, what's the use complaining about the weather? Because there's nothing you can do to change it. All right, let's stop waffling on and I will show you what I bought. I'm still not exactly sure what I'm going to make today. So once I have shown you my threads, I will switch off the camera and I will figure out what today's activity is going to be. Let me show you the big stuff first. This is a very large spool of what I'm assuming is polyester thread. And it's in a beautiful shade of blue. That one cost me $2.99. Absolutely gorgeous. This is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to say this a lot, aren't I? Also an absolutely gorgeous thread in a lovely hot pink. And all the colours I found went together so well. But, you know, clashed beautifully, if you know what I mean. This is a slightly different pink. You put those two together, you can see the difference. This one's more of a plummy pink. So the blue one was $2.99. The rest of the spools I'm going to show you were $1.99. I have a red one. And I have this greeny one. Can't really describe that one, but yeah, it's greeny. And it looks really good with the other colours. Oh, and I missed one here. Then there's this one as well, a dark red. So I think that they look amazing together. Now I've got you zoomed in, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get them all in the frame together, but let's see if you can see all those together. Almost. How's that? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. So they may be very old threads, they may be a little bit weak, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to be making art with them, not sewing something that I intend to last. Now the other things are very fun. This is a $2.99 bag of little thread spools. I need a, oh no, I don't need a pair of scissors. Let's just rip it open. So these mini spools are very, very cute. I haven't tipped them out yet. I think I need to tip them out. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get that basket. I'm going to get the basket that I had this patchwork cloth in, and then I'll put them in there as I do this. So these are so adorable. I mean, look at the size of these. Teeny tiny things, and probably pretty cheap thread, right? Probably came in a little set that was one of those mending sets. I don't know, there's a lot of them though. But yeah, maybe a mending set. Lots and lots of colours. This is perfect because I can make this amazing mix of colours to do those thread baskets with the water-soluble stabiliser. So there's a couple of greens in there. Oh, that one's almost neon green. Wow. Pink and purple. Some lovely purples, actually. Lovely dark green and a dark blue, a light green. Thrift stores are such a gamble. You sometimes go in there thinking of something you'd like to find and you strike out and you don't get it. But today, it was the perfect day. Oh, look at that. My favourite colour. Oh, and this one's even smaller. Look how tiny this one is in comparison to this one. It's not a very decorative one, which is a shame because I would use it for something else. But yeah, some great colours in there. And look how lovely that looks in that basket. Honestly, I feel so lucky today. And then I got these 2 mason jars full, and I'm definitely going to need some scissors for this. I think maybe when I can get Mr. Stitches to put me up more shelves in my sewing room, I think I should just have a whole row of mason jars along them, so I can see all the things I have in them instead of trying to hunt them down in a drawer. Now these ones, oh, these ones are smaller. Look at the difference there too. Whoops. Teeny tiny. So a whole ton more. Okay, that one's kind of the same as the one from in their bag. But these ones from the jar are absolutely adorable. And that one is a bigger one, and that one is a bigger one. So you know what I want to do with 2 of these? I don't know if it's going to be practical because they've got quite large holes down the center, but wouldn't it be fun to have a pair of earrings made out of 2 of these cute little thread spools? I just think that would be really fun. I don't know if I said, but yeah, these 2 jars were $1.99 each. And I think that's amazing. They did have a few rolls of fabric, but some of them seemed a little overpriced. You know, thrift stores aren't that cheap anymore. In a lot of cases, you look at something and you think, really? You can get that new for less, especially clothing. It's nuts. And sometimes you strike lucky, like today. Ooh, that's a different one as well. look at that. I got a 3D ring in that one. That's rather fun. It can go in my hardware collection. Isn't that box of fun right there? I'm definitely going to have fun with those. So I'm going to put these other ones, I'm going to cut this end of this pink one off because it's catching and everything. So I'm going to put these new ones in here with them. And play with them later on. I'm so excited about these new toadstool beads that I got yesterday that I think I'm going to have to make some earrings. They're just too fun to ignore. So what I will do, I'll make some in red for myself. And then I will make another pair. And I have my 2 friends coming over on Monday, and the one has claimed the turtle bracelet. So in order to have something to give to my other friend, I'm going to make her some earrings with, I think, the green ones. I was going to go for a more neutral color, but I want to pair it with some of these beads here. And these are all very bright indeed. But there's lots of greens in there, so I think it'll be okay. I'm going to do a massive eviction of the beads from their cord. I have one of these plastic thingies from my Michael's storage thing that's available to tip them all into afterwards. So anything that's left I can just put in there. I think this will be rather satisfying. Emancipating them. Doesn't look so much when it's in my ceramic bowl. Do you like my bowl? This is oh, and then I go and tip them all over the place. This bowl is one that I made in a pottery studio, hand building. And it was I just built it and then put it over a mold to shape it. And I put a couple of holes, or 3 holes over that side, and the spirally thing, I don't know if you can see that, I don't want to tip it too far, a spirally thing on that side, which is in theory where the yarn goes through. But in practice, it really is a bit shallow for a yarn bowl, and I don't think I've really used it as such, but I still love it a lot. I always think it's just such magic that when you can take some clay and you fire it, and then you dip it in this glaze and then fire it again. And it just is amazing the changes that can happen in the kiln. It's like magic. Alchemy, that's what it is. How beautiful is that? Oh, there's another piece of string there. And there's another piece of string. And there's another piece of string. Because it's clear, you can't see it. Oh, gorgeous. All right, now I'm going to emancipate the toadstools. That's a sentence I never thought I was going to say. All right, I have toadstools. I have mixed beads. I have 4 straight posts for the earrings. I have 1 pair of earring wires, which are like this, and 1 pair which are like this. I rather like these because they are so much easier. You just thread the earring straight onto here and then squeeze that shut. These ones you've got to fiddle around and open up the loop a bit to get it on, but they're both pretty. For the sake of your eyes and mine, I'm going to do this on some plain felt. Maybe I'll make mine first so I can get an idea of what looks good. I think I'll use the chunkier beads for mine. So let's see. These look a very slightly different shade of red, and they're a slightly different shape. I'm thinking that these glass beads are handmade, and so each one is unique I remember years and years ago, I was probably in my 20s, and I had a long period there where I was making my own earrings, and I remember some of the crazy dangly earrings I was wearing, and sometimes I had 3 dangly pairs in at once because I had my ears pierced 3 times. I could still open up those holes if I wanted to, but I rarely do. What's lovely about this sort of thing is that you can play to your heart's content, and then if you don't like it, you can just tip them off and start again. And even when you've curled the wire over at the top and added them to the ear wire, you can still take the beads off and do another one. I do like that green at the bottom like that. I want to be careful not to detract from that lovely red cap. I do love my rainbow colours as well. That's cute. Before I finish that, I'm going to set it aside and work on my friends, and then I'll come back to that because I'm not 100% sure about it. Let's see, I've got the green ones here. Aren't they just so sweet? Yeah, I think she'll like a more natural colour. Well, I say natural, I mean red toadstools are a thing, right? So she'd probably be fine with those too. But she's definitely more a neutral, not bright colour sort of girl. I have a very gravelly voice today, honestly. Since Mr. Stitches had his cancer treatment a couple of years ago, he's had a very dry mouth because he had throat cancer, and so of course they were blasting the right side of his neck, and some of his salivary glands were permanently affected. So when he's had a day at work and he's been talking a lot or he's overtired, he tends to get a very gravelly voice, and I'm getting something similar right now, but that's because of the acid reflux, which is very, very irritating. I just got some new supplements today, which he heard about on a Flora newsletter. I don't know if you've heard of the products from Flora, but they make a lot of products which are helpful supplements. And they have this antacid one, Florantacid, it's called. And it's mostly calcium and magnesium. And so we found it at the local health food store. And I'm hoping that it's going to help because today it has been pretty bad. And it doesn't just affect your heart, it doesn't just give you the heartburn. It affects your voice. It makes you cough. It makes you breathless because it can get into your lungs. It's really, really quite serious on a long-term basis. So I don't want to let it lurk or persist. That was my health wine for today. Let me see. What other things do I have in here? I have 2 shades of green and some white. It would be lovely just to put a teeny little pop of colour in there. So what I think I'm going to do, just for a little hint of colour, is I'm going to put a little seed bead in between the toadstool and its green bead. That bead is almost going up inside the mushroom. Maybe I'll put it underneath the green one. It's pretty low-key, but I do like that teeny little touch of colour there. How to make beads pop around. Try and pick them up on one of these ear wires. All right, what did I do? I had the teeny tiny pink one next. And then a white. And a light green. And a dark green. I do have my glasses on, so don't worry about things flying in my eyes. It'll be okay. And then this one with the rounded tips is perfect for turning that around, making a loop. Oh. First one done. I think that's cute. I think Jane's going to love those. And now mine. Back to mine. Let's see if I'm still in love with this arrangement or if I want to change things. So I have an orange seed bead, a green bigger bead, my toadstool, green, blue, white, and then a tiny orange again. I really like that. I think that's what I'm plumping for. So I just had a lovely idea. I could easily make another pair of these earrings as a little giveaway gift to you, my lovely viewers. So I think we should have a little spontaneous giveaway today to one person. So all you have to do is click the thumbs up to like the video. Share it, preferably, to social media or friends. And hit the subscribe button. And that way, YouTube knows that you guys are enjoying my videos and will share it out to more people so more people can find me, which would be awesome. And leave a comment. So the comment should be, what color of mushrooms would you like in your earrings? Because I have these ones left. The earrings will be lovely and tiny to mail, so they can go to anywhere in the world. So I'm not limiting it to any particular place. You know, it's not limited to Canada, it's anywhere. So these are the ones I have left. I hope you can see these. Let me just put them on the pink felt and maybe you'll be able to see them better. Or maybe I'll just hold them up to the camera here. Hopefully I'm lining it up right. So I have a lovely pair of deep blue, like a cobalt blue. I have a lighter blue. I have black and white ones. Well, obviously they've all got the white dots, so black. I have orange, yellow, white. Now these colours are very, very similar. I'm just going to have to put them all together so that I can figure out what's what. All right, we're going to call those ones. Let me see. We're going to call these brown. They're kind of a light brown, like a gold brown. And then these ones, it's kind of hard to tell what colour they are. I think this one is maybe, oh man, I don't know. It's almost a purpley brown. Maybe a purpley brown. And then this one is a very light version of the purpley brown. So those are so similar. So we're just going to have to call that purple brown dark and purple brown light. So if you comment on the video and let me know how you're enjoying the video series, the Philanthropic February, let me know you've hit the like and subscribe buttons and tell me what color mushroom you like in your earrings. I will make you a pair of earrings. Now these are nickel free, these earring wires. I don't wear anything with nickel because it irritates me. So these are safe for just about everybody. And I will make a pair of earrings with a pair of these mushrooms and beads from this collection here. I get to choose which beads go with them. So I'm not going to ask you to pick your choice of beads in here, but you can choose your colour of mushroom. How's that? That sound like a plan? I hope you like that idea. So let me just give you another close-up of these earrings. They are looking beautiful, if I say so myself. So there is the green pair for Jane, and there is the red pair for me. I think they're very lovely. So that's done for today. That's my activity. It was a lot less stressful than those vinyl totes that I made over the last 2 days. And now I have some new earrings. I am just going to put my new earrings in. And then I'm going to go and show them to Mr. Stitches, and he better go, ooh, ah, those are wonderful, wife. You did such a nice job of your toadstool earrings. Honestly, I kind of given up, waiting for positive reinforcement from the family. Yeah, I enjoy myself anyway. As long as I'm happy and enjoying myself, I don't need their validation. Well, we're coming to the end of another video and coming to the end of the afternoon too. We're having a little bit of a pizza night tonight, and that probably means that youngest son will be making the dough. He does prefer the way he makes it, and it always does come out very nice and thin and crispy. So it's always lovely. And I like that it's a cooperative meal where everyone weighs in and does their bit to make it happen. Doesn't all fall on my shoulders, which is great. Okay, stop waffling, Nicola. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I enjoyed making it, and I'll see you again tomorrow.